How you doing, everyone? Welcome to Loud and Proud Orlando. It's Monday, September the 5th, 8:39 p.m. Thank you so much. We're about 25 people live right now. Thank you so much for your support. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Before we start, we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, we have a final. I think it's Do or Die is the name of the title of the show today because it is do or die. I mean, it is a turning point in my opinion, it's a turning point of the franchise. Either the franchise is going to be a winning franchise, a franchise that's going to compete for titles, to become that team everyone wants to come and pay in to see, or Orlando is going to succumb to Orlando tragic fashion, unfortunately, and is going to rebuild again, right? Rebuild mode 3.0. In my opinion, that is what's at stake here. $300,000, a beautiful trophy, the oldest trophy for the sport here in the United States, a ticket to CONCACAF Champions League on the cusp and on in months and I would say weeks to a World Cup, right? In Qatar, in which also the U.S. is going to be there, hopefully to be a protagonist of the tournament. And then 2026 having a being so close to us right now as well. So I think this is a turning point. It's going to be a life-changing experience for a lot of fans, and to me as well as press, is going to be life-changing. And so before we start and before we go with everything and say hello to Dave and Paola, thank you so much for dropping your comments. We'll read all of them today. Subscribe to our channel. We are live right now on Twitter at LPO_podcast. We're also live on Facebook at Loud and Proud Orlando, as well on our Facebook group, Orlando City Informed Discussion. And then also we're live on our YouTube channel, Loud and Proud Orlando. Click on the notification bell for all notifications so you can get the best information about Orlando City. So thank you so much for all your support. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcast on an audio form. So thank you so much if you're listening right now. We are right now 442 subscribers. I want to say this has not been updated yet, but just keep subscribing to the channel. Let's get to the 500 mark, at least by the end of the month. Thank you so much for your support. And with me, like always, is Dave and Paola. Paola, how are you today?
Doing fantastic as always every Monday, but this is a different Monday. It's a special, right? Because T-2 days when I see Orlando City lift that trophy, that cup, hopefully, right? Hypothetically. But as you can see, I put the set in my room. I put the purple light. I put my bandana on because I'm pumped. So I'm happy. I'm happy to be with y'all as always.
All right, fantastic. We come from also a win against Seattle. And I want to say this, and I want to be very, very clear before I give Dave the mic. It is a disgrace for the league to completely not even give Orlando 2 cents of press nationally on the turnaround of events that occurred against Seattle. Personally, I think it's an utter disgrace. And if the sport is going to behave this way in this country, we're gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, are we gonna end up like the NBA or like the MLB? We don't want to end up that way. You need a big market, small market. We all play the sport, and the beautiful thing about the sport is that, just like Dave said, it's cruel and unpredictable. And Seattle Sounders discovered that on the last game. Orlando City showed what they were made of. They showed they have balls of steel to quote Duke Nukem, the video game, balls of steel, and they turned that around. And nothing from FS1, nothing from ESPN. So hopefully when Apple Plus comes over and takes over, hopefully they're able to give credit to teams like Orlando, like Austin, or like different other markets, because it was just a little off-putting, I would like to say. A sour taste in my mouth regarding that. So we'll go with that with Dave. Dave, how are you, my friend?
I am super pumped. I actually brought out, for special occasions only, the battle flag
Oh,
Let me
there you
see
go.
here. I'm looking at my monitor here. Always faithful. Let me see it. Always faithful.
Hola, no sé.
Always purple. Absolutely, absolutely. And look,
Dale,
with
Leon.
the old logo too.
There you go.
This will be hoisted as our trophy is. I'm probably gonna cry because that's
It'd be
emotion over.
fantastic if the players sign it for you, Dave. It'll be fantastic.
You know what? Sounds like a fantastic idea, and definitely we are going to do that. I wasn't thinking about it, but the occasion calls for it because you know what? I am pumped already. I work moving the muscles. I don't know
Mi
if you
gran
guys are too.
amigo, de la hinchada que tengo lucha contigo.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
There you go. Hey, he has
All
good
right.
rhythm, but he
Last three
can
seconds.
dance.
All right. So that's what we're gonna be doing. For our friends, the legendary Tom Traxler has run into some issues, so he's gonna try to be with us. Life happens. But he did indeed confirm that he was going to be with us tonight. So hopefully he will join us as the show goes on. But the show must go on because the show is bigger than any one person. This past Wednesday, 2 hour delay, had the opportunity to hang out with my friend Kevin and Caroline, who came from England. They're members of Orlando City, UK. We catched up with our common love for Stevenage and also with what's going on with Orlando City. And in the second half, I met with Paola and Alec and Jose. I also spent the 2 hours of waiting for the game with them. We had a great time. It's when you're with friends, the games are. It's if going to the game is a 10, going with friends is an 11. So 11 and a half. So with that said, obviously we're gonna cover all that. If you guys are pumped as I am, well, let's go get into it.
All right. Before we start talking about the Sounders, let's read some comments here. Joshua Tall, he says, "What did you think about the lineup versus Seattle?" We'll talk about that in just a moment. Jim D, Wednesday night suckers. Can't wait. Is Trax going? Um, More than likely. I want to say he will. Joshua Tall, I was so happy Orlando City came back and beat Seattle for sure. I think everyone was. Joshua Tall, do you think Robin Jansen will play Wednesday? He's questionable, from my understanding. He's been training with the team. He might have some minutes. In my opinion, is if it works to not fix it, I believe that the Lions need Jansen for the rest of the MLS season, and we have Philly also coming up. So I would rather honestly do not rush him. I understand it's a final, but Schlegel's been playing a high level, and he showed it against Seattle as well. Matthew, well said. Could be another long rebuild or complete turning point. I believe it will be the second. I believe it will be a complete turning point. This franchise, this people, this city deserves to have a winning team, a team that brings joy to the city. And if Orlando is going to be that team, then that's fantastic. That's only going to make the sport better, and Orlando will become a soccer city in which everyone will decide to come over here and play. And that's what Orlando needs to aspire to. Joshua Tall, Orlando City will win Wednesday. That's right. That's the attitude. Citrus FC, fantastic idea for the next two nights. Laugh out loud. Felix Quijano, can't wait until Wednesday night. Traveling from Raleigh, North Carolina to watch the game. That's great. Fantastic, Felix. Very happy for that. Victor Rivera, let's go OC. Going to bed early today and tomorrow so Wednesday can get here faster. For sure. Joshua told, vamos Orlando. That's right. So we have here a picture that really translates what occurred on the Seattle game. We have our captain, Mauricio Pereira. and we have Seattle Sounders falling down. That's exactly what happened. At first, when Seattle scored, everybody was like, "Oh, here we go, right? Here we go again." And Orlando just showed that they got balls of steel. They were able to turn the ship around. I will say, in my opinion, Rodrigo Schlegel, he was most of the backline of Orlando City was spot on. I think that was one of the key factors. Rodrigo Schlegel, he played a phenomenal game, in my opinion. He had two interceptions, he had two tackles, and also Antonio Carlos, in my opinion, he completed 88.9% of his passes. So that shows that those two center backs right now are excelling for Orlando City. I will say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that to me, it screams that. Then when you have a Mauricio Pereira play the way he played against Seattle, Orlando has a huge chance to have a performance like they did against Seattle. He defensively, I believe he played very well, and offensively, I believe he truly helped the Wings. So I think Mauricio Pereira to me was another cornerstone for Orlando City. This needs to be a copy and paste against Sacramento Republic, in my opinion. And then um, you know, Ivan Angulo, right? I don't know if you guys want to mention Ivan Angulo. Ivan Angulo, for me, he started in the lineup for the first time. He had a very strong performance, in my opinion. I think Mulroney has another thing coming with Ivan Angulo. If he keeps repeating these performances, he might get the job until Gaston Gonzalez comes over. So, he's fast on the 1v1. He's very lethal. We were at the press box and we were we were like, we were kind of cracking a little joke here and there, like saying, "Oh, here come the Neymar, here come the Neymar with a fade." And no, he actually did it like a couple of times. He didn't know. Seattle had a tough time figuring out: is he going to go to the center? Is he going to go to the left? Is he going to cross it, or he's going to try to fake it and run into the middle? They didn't know. So I like the way that he was, the unpredictability of Ivan Angulo. I think that was fantastic. So those are a couple of things that I saw in the game. Obviously, there was a complete turnaround for the Lions. I think another great tactical substitutions from Oscar Pareja. I think he needs to keep going that way. And I don't know, what were your thoughts, Dave, regarding the game from starters?
Well, it was exactly what I was expecting. All our eggs are on Wednesday's basket, and versus a Western team, it would have been okay to have a tie at home. I know that's not the type of in your face, let's go win Orlando attitude that we should have. But I mean, let's be honest here. It's a team that we have not defeated since 2015. We have never defeated them. Only twice we had gone points out of them. They were ties. And you know, they were tired. We were tired. There was a 2 hour delay. To be quite honest with you, it did very little. I have to give props to the fans. When I was talking to Paola, Alec, all the guys there. By the way, to all the fans that stopped me to say hello, thank you very much for that. The fact is that people went already with expectation. This is gonna be a long night. By the time Facundo levels this game, it's 11 p.m. friends,
Yeah.
11 p.m. And it was, like I said, it was a long night. I think at the end of the day, what won the day was our subs in the second half. Oscar Pareja started with some players that we can arguably say, they're subs for the most part, especially in our attack. Tesha Kindele, to be honest with you, he did not score, but he had a
No, he had a
decent,
couple.
yeah, he had a decent game. He had some opportunities. There was one that was a big goose egg where all he had to do was just turn his head and the ball would have gone in. And unfortunately, he like cleared it. I don't know what happened, uh, but at the end of the day, um, the game to me starts when the man from Canelones, Montevideo, Uruguay comes in, and that's Facundo Torres.
Oh
When
yeah.
he came in, he turned that game upside down. One of the things, and I would like to quote our great friend uh, Cleon from Orlando Lions, then, where he said that a DP should be a starter, a game changer, and a goal scorer. If that DP does not meet that criteria does not deserve the tag. Facundo Torres, obviously, he did not start in this game, but he came in. He was a game changer. He scored. We level, but to me, that was a the type of golazo that cures hiccups. Boom, we are just a goal away from what was a disaster at that point, and then we get the penalty by Erchin Cara, and then after that we have the accountant, the taxman, Kyle Smith, just basically taking it home, a dagger at the death. Now, a lot has been said, and with this I conclude, about the missed penalty by Mauricio Pereira. I have to say that Mauricio Pereira is an enigma to me because in penalty shootouts, the man is like an assassin. But on penalties, I don't know if it's the pressure, I don't know what it is. He just is not a good penalty taker. And with this is one of the things that I had listened to a bunch of podcasts already, and they all agree that it seems like that in Orlando we tend to defer to the man with the captain's armband out of respect. Nani wasn't good at it. Mauricio historically has been bad, and I thought that that penalty should have been Tesho or should have been Urso at that moment. But unfortunately, I mean,
Well,
the game went our way, but unfortunately, it could have gone that way different.
well, I honestly disagree on that. I mean, not in a way that you may be thinking. I disagree in the fact that I believe Facundo Torres should shoot the ball because he's a DP, and either he has to be a player that has the mental, has to be cold blooded. You know what I mean? And you got in those moments you gotta be completely cold blooded. And obviously they're playing against a guy who pretty much waved the Uruguayan flag for years in the league, Nicolas Lodeiro. It's no stranger to the Uruguayan national team. To a lot of these Uruguayans that have come to the league, they've come to the league because of Nicolas Lodeiro, because they see how great he did in Seattle and they want to give the MLS a chance. And so maybe that was that. But I do agree. I don't think it should rely on the captain. I think it should be the person who is the best penalty taker. And I think moving forward, just like you said, Dave, they need to train the penalties a little better. I'm hoping that for the U.S. Open Cup, they probably did the same thing. We need to be a spot on in the penalty shootout. Because then it will be disastrous for the city of Orlando. So I don't know, what were your thoughts for start there, Paola, regarding the Seattle Sounders against Orlando City game?
We didn't start bad, honestly. I like the Anico started in the wing with Ivan, and we created chances. That we had a Stefan Frey, like Fry. I don't know how to say the last name.
Fry.
Fry as a goalkeeper. That's what we get. He didn't permit any, like, at least 2 goals in the first half, plus the unfortunately penalty shootout by Pereira. But at the same time, that's how it is in penalties. He shouldn't like missed because we chase the time afterward in the second half. But I like what I saw in the first half. We created chances. We were not creating chances in the last, not fourth game, but when we were losing, we were not creating chances. So there you go. Thank you, Orlando City. You shut me up because I was asking for creating chances, and we saw that on last Wednesday. Facu changed the game, and I was talking to Alec. I'm like, if we want to win this game, 2 things need to happen. Facu needs to come in, and Ershon Kara needs to come in, because Facu is fast. He will get the fouls or corner kicks, and that what happened. Eric Shankara came in. We had more possession of the a little bit more possession of the ball. We had a couple of corner kicks that were missed by a chance, like a little bit of chance there. But I like what I saw last Wednesday.
You know, look, I'm gonna say this. When it comes to Facundo Torres, that's the reason why he's in this team is to perform at that level. There's been a lot of rumors regarding his stay in Orlando City. He's gonna stay in Orlando City at least one more season. I don't see him going anywhere else. He's gonna get burned in Europe, leaving so early. No one doubts his performance. No one doubts his ability, but he will get burned like Chris Mueller did, in my opinion. He's very thin still. He's still very developed. You need to play if you want to play the Premier League. You need to have more muscle mass, in my opinion, be a little bit more of a compact player. He needs to be a starter in the Uruguayan national team, and I think he's far from that yet. So if he goes to Europe, he's gonna do a Besiktas. He's gonna go to Sporting Lisboa. But he ain't gonna go to the Premier League. I'm just saying it right now. And if he goes to the Premier League, he'll probably go to the Championship. He's not gonna go to the Premier League. Stop dreaming. Stop smoking that. That's not gonna occur. It's not gonna happen right away. I'm just gonna say right now. And now I'm not saying that he's a terrible player. He's a fantastic player, but I think he still needs to give at least Orlando one more season. That's why Orlando paid for him. That's why Orlando brought him into the city, and it's not to be just to give us a U.S. Open Cup. No pun intended. I know it's the U.S. Open Cup, but it's not the MLS Cup. I think if he leaves with the MLS Cup and a U.S. Open Cup, then maybe a scoring title or a All-Star performance in the MLS All-Star, I think that'll be a better resume to present to somebody in the Premier League, and maybe having minutes with the Uruguayan national team even better. At the moment, I think he's a little green still for that type of spotlight, in my opinion. Now, he changed the pace of the game for sure. In my opinion, against Sacramento, which we're gonna be playing, we need a little bit. I think we may see a similar starting 11, in my opinion. But just changing a couple of parts. I think Sacramento will be, instead of Joao Moutinho, maybe having Kyle Smith as a starter. That's just my opinion. And I think when it comes to, you're gonna have Mauricio Pereira. You're gonna have also maybe Junior Urso there. It says Araujo for sure, but Tesho is probably going to be replaced by Cara, and then Facundo Torres will make his debut. So, but I think Kyle Smith also was very important for Orlando City. And I would love, eventually, maybe against Philly, we'll love to see, and this is, I know, quote me crazy, but I would love to see Kyle Smith as your left back, and then where Ivan Angulo is right now in this as a left wing, maybe try Joao Moutinho, because you're going to be playing a very fast, vertical team like Philly, and you're going to need as much help as possible on that wing. And maybe you won't be able to create on that wing as much, but Joao Moutinho can go in the attack very well. And I think if you pair him up, you pair the poise, the defensive ability of Kyle Smith right there, just being static and staying right there on his position, and then you pair him with the back and forthness of Joao Moutinho on the left wing. I think it'll be a great test or experiment. And then in the second half, maybe add Ivan Angulo as Moutinho's replacement on that wing. I don't know, what are your thoughts, but fantastic game for Orlando City, in my opinion. Now, Paula, you want to say something?
No, like, and see what happens if we shoot the ball. Carl Smith goal was a defensive, like, in our favor. The defense got that goal for us. He shoot it and boom, what happened? We score. So I like the momentum that right now the team is having, because we are dangerous and the MLS doesn't see us as dangerous, but we're fighting right now. Right now, New York FC is not having a good moment, and they probably will drop points and we're probably go up in the on the stand. So let's see what happens. Let's see with the cup on Wednesday, and I hope this momentum keeps going and going because we have to prove the league wrong.
Let's read some comments and then we'll go with Dave and we'll analyze Sacramento Republic. Joshua Tall, it says very interesting. Joshua Tall, you got a good point. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, my friend. The hunker down. Let's fucking go. Pardon my French. It says Wednesday almost here. That's right. Emily Dinsmore. How you doing, Emily? Yes. Antonio Carlos or Urso should take our penalties. For sure. I want to say hello to Emily. Joshua Tall, I think maybe Urso or maybe Torres. Yeah, I mean, I think what Dave said was on point. I think you need to give the ball to somebody that's going to be cold-blooded. You cannot miss those chances, especially in this U.S. Open Cup. You definitely don't want to miss a penalty, right? Definitely no. It could be a make or break. Citrus FC, we should talk about our penalty takers. Joshua Tall, do you think Pereira should still be taking the penalty? There you go. Thank you so much for all your comments. Keep leaving your comments. Thank you so much for that. Let's talk about Sacramento, guys. I mean, we have a final coming up. They are already here. I want to say that's their coach right there, Coach Coach I was gonna say Pinocho, Coach Pinochito, right? He's right there. Giving the
Nobody
words,
cares, Luis. Nobody.
right? The words, and then Sacramento right there with a little Kissimmee FC kids right there. They're doing the little plays, right there. They're playing. That's Joao Paulo 2.0, right? They say they're ready to go. They're ready to go. They're ready to stun Orlando, Stone Cold Stunner, boom, to the top row, from the top row. I don't know. In my opinion, I think Orlando has a huge chance to definitely in the first half score at least 3 goals before the half. I mean, Orlando has the players, the crowd. I mean, the city is backing Orlando, and they need to realize that. I mean, they need to see, everything is on our favor here. All we got to do is just play ball and play the best game of our careers, because that's why they get a salary, and that's why they play for the crest.
Absolutely.
That's right, Dave.
And Luis, I want to say a quick thing. Just got a message from our friend Tom Traxler. Unfortunately, a family emergency happened. Life is unpredictable. So he's going to be with us at a later date. And Tom, I hope everything is okay. You don't need to apologize to us. We are family people, all three of us, and we know things just happen. So I hope everything is okay on your end. And a legend like you doesn't need to worry about the little people like us. So thank you very much again, and definitely we'll have you again. That said, what's going to happen this Wednesday? For Sacramento, this is the biggest game of their life. The way USL Championship is structured, Western teams remain in the West, Eastern team remains in the East, and they don't play each other until the championship, the USL Championship itself. So for a lot of these players, probably this is their first trip to the East. First time dealing with the humidity of Florida. I have to say that I listened to the podcast, the Sacramento podcast that invited our friend Eddie Cruz from Orlando Lions Den. And, it's hard not to like those guys. They see this as a win-win. As you guys know, MLS took away their expansion. So they are hoping that this opportunity is an opportunity for them to showcase that, hey, we do belong. Look, we made it to the final. They're bringing hundreds of their fans, which is commendable. Cross country, that's not an easy thing to do on a Wednesday. And so they already said that even if they don't win the championship, they see it as a victory. by saying, "Hey, look, we have the talent, we have the fan base," and I wish them the best. I really do. I really do. With Sacramento, we have history with them. We played them in 2014 at Sacramento. Miguel Gallardo was on goal. Kevin Molino, Luke Bowden, Rod Valentino, all the names, all the big names of this club, the legends of this club were there. And it's important to know that the game ended 0-0. It was a complete battle of attrition. They remained with the same style of football. They won the championship that year after, we have discussed this many times in this podcast, and people that follow me on social media has heard me mention this before. We were done dirty by the City Islanders, which then became Penn FC, by allowing this team to come to play this game with seven loanees from the Philadelphia Union. The talent level, we just couldn't do it. We couldn't compete. And maybe some people out there are saying, "Hey, you guys brought Dom Dwyer for the championship in 2013. You shouldn't be crying about that. He was an MLS player." But that was one player, okay? They brought seven. They brought actually basically what could have been a starting MLS starting 11, and unfortunately we couldn't close the deal that night. And on what should have been our departure trophy, leaving MLS. But with that said, if it wasn't because Orlando City is playing this one, of course, my support will be to them. They're the underdog. Americans love an underdog, but this is all business. Their Cinderella story has to end somehow. And unfortunately, we're gonna be the executioners of that. We're gonna chomp their wings, and it's not gonna feel nice about it. But the problem is this, and this is something that our friends at Orlando Lions then already talked about. So I'm gonna regurgitate what they said this past episode. The fact is that the Sacramento Republic has played teams that have nothing to prove. Um, San Jose, LA Galaxy, Sporting Kansas City. Those are teams that have won this competition several times, or at least once. Those are teams that have, at the very least, two MLS Cups under their arm. Losing to Sacramento on a competition that quote unquote doesn't really matter means nothing to them. Problem is that Sacramento is coming against an MLS team that, just like them, is hungry for something. They have not won a championship since 2014. We have not won a championship since 2014. We won the regular season championship. They won the league. So we have not lifted trophies in a long time. And this right here, friends, is a make it or break it for our staff, for our manager, for a lot of our players. This is it. And I'm going to share something personal. Facundo Torres' dad contacted me, sent me a message saying, "Hey, David, I saw that you were picking up like flags and things for the team. Where can I do that?" And I'm like, you are Facundo Torres' dad. Just go, just call the stadium, tell them to, and tell them to reserve you something. And he said, no. My wife and I want to go. We wanna be with the fans. So they went, just like everybody else. They stood in line. They grabbed their yard signs, their flags, and everything. And they Jorge posted a picture of the front of their house with the yard signs, and just like that, they posted that, and all of Uruguay was retweeting that picture. A lot of people are super excited about this. Our players are putting a lot of stock into this. I don't have to say show up, none of that. The game is sold out. The game is sold out. Only a lot of money or a miracle can get you inside those walls come Wednesday. The whole city is wrapped up downtown. If you have seen it, it's completely decorated. All I gotta say is for Sacramento is that they better bring their best football, because Orlando City is too.
Well, I don't know what, Paula, you want to add something before I go into the analysis of Sacramento?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, first and foremost, I have a lineup. We're gonna do the Orlando City lineup before we end the show today against Sacramento. The lineup that we feel this is gonna be the one, right? But I do have confirmation of a potential lineup that they may be actually having, and it's this one here. I'm gonna go ahead and just zoom in here real quick. There you go. So it's it's a 4-4-2 that eventually would convert into a 4-4-1-1 with literally Martinez, which is their top star. Douglas Martinez, he's from Honduras. He played in the Honduran national team, right? He will be playing as a sometimes as a false nine or as a behind the or as a second striker. He will play right behind the nine, or he will play in a second striker. So, literally, I mean, on paper it's a 4-4-2, but when they go in transition attack, it will be more of a 4-4-1-1. That's just what I was explaining. Now, they want to populate the mid completely against Orlando City's midfielders because they know Orlando is going to overpopulate the mid because they have Araujo, Urso, Pereira, Facundo Torres, Cartagena, Perea, right? And they recently have actually done pretty good performances, right? I think maybe a little lackluster probably was Cartagena, right? Because he's brand new into the system. But the rest of them that I mentioned, they've had pretty good games. Now they are coming from only winning two of their last six games. Two of their last six. They sit fourth in the USL Championship with a 12-7-8 record, right? So Orlando City, in my opinion, comes with the momentum. Now, uh, who is this guy, the Honduran player that everybody's talking about, the star of Sacramento Republic? It's Douglas Martinez. He's the club's leading scorer, right, with 5 goals. He also has 3 assists. He he's already a California love type of guy. He loves playing in Sacramento. He already bought a house apparently in Sacramento too. He comes from he had a stint in Real Salt Lake as well in the New York Red Bulls too. Um, so I mean, I'll be completely honest. I don't want to sound like I'm diminishing him as a player, but Tesho Tesho's better than this kid. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, and this is nothing against Tesho, but I'm just saying. I mean, they're very limited team. But what's the most dangerous about this team is their unpredictability, right? They play in a 4-4-2 system, very classic 4-4-1-1 in transition. And the unpredictability, they know what Orlando, they've been analyzing Orlando since they got here. They've been looking at tape. They've been looking at how Galese is doing in the back line, how teams score in Orlando, and they're going to just hold up the play, populate people in the midfield, try to hold up, make the game choppy, and attempt a counter. So, what's the key to me for Orlando to win this game is to stay compact, make sure that your left back, right back, and your two wingers are working together, trying to neutralize what Sacramento is going to try to do off the counter, and then generate set pieces and just attempt to strike and goal. That to me is whoever scores the first goal in this game, in my opinion, in the first 20 minutes, whoever scored the first goal is going to just have a level, is going to dominate a section of the field. Either it's going to be the left, the right wing, or it's going to dominate the mid. And it's going to cause for either team to have huge momentum. So that's what I'm saying is I would like to think that the players woke up, we're going to wake up that Wednesday saying, the whole city's behind me. I'm a better player. Look where I'm at. look where they are at, right? And have that sense of confidence that with our players we can cause some damage, which we definitely do. I mean, they have one of the lowest, I think, percentages of um, goals conceded, largest goals conceded in USL right now. So that is something good for Orlando, but also Orlando has had an issue with scoring. So we just need to make sure that on that game, it becomes a copy and paste of what happened against New York Red Bulls. It needs to be a copy and paste. That level of intensity, right in the mid, right on the wing, every play you attempt to score. That's the type of play. That's the type of game we need to have. I don't know. What are your thoughts there, Dave? It seems like you wanted to say something.
Oh no, I mean, I can't add to what you just said. I agree 100%. At the end of the day, fellas, because I know we're not disrespecting our opposition. I I have said that they are here for a reason. They are here for a reason. They're a very good team. I watched them um, against Louisville. Same situation, rain delay, blah blah blah, and they didn't have a good outing. Unfortunately for them, they lost that game. But they're one of the best teams in USL, and they're coming inspired. They're coming to play ball. I mean, they're not coming here to lay back, lay on their back and expose their belly. We're not saying that. They're here to prove something. But again, one of the things that I was talking to our friend Taylor Williams from Orlando City, UK, who tonight finds himself here in Orlando after just fresh out of the airplane. I think it's like what 11 hours on the plane, and he said that it's saying that is rare. It's an understatement. It's never seen that a team gets to play a tournament like this, and all the games are at home. We've been blessed beyond any understanding that we have been playing at home. Um, we have defeated teams that are much, 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 much better than Sacramento. We came from behind against the CONCACAF champion. And you can say, hey, they were tired. They were not into it. I'm sorry. And Paola knows this. That team put 2 goals on us and went into that second half thinking that we're going to walk away with the 3 points. They did not sell it easy. It took everything else that we had to win it. So, based on that performance, I'm going to say that this Wednesday, we are going to lift that trophy. Not because Sacramento is a bad team or not worthy to be in the finals, because we're the best team. We're the better team. We have to start believing in that. Um, I have to say that that we have to start believing that we can do it. And I know that in the past, we have been let down in situations like this. We were knocked off the quarterfinal. I'm sorry, the semifinal by Atlanta. We were in 2019. We've been very close before that of getting into the final. It just did not happen. And also, we have gone into Leagues Cup and we lost against Santos Laguna, a disappointing result. Obviously, MLS is back. We got to the final, left empty-handed. I get it, friends. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I'm telling you right now, we are going to walk out of there with a trophy. I just feel it. We just everything just finally has to align itself. Because I have always said this in football, in the game of football, there's never, always, never. Those words don't exist. And lastly, all streaks, good or bad, come to an end. This is the time, this is the moment where we are burying the bad years, the Jason Christ, James O'Connor, all that crap. We're digging a hole and we're throwing it in there and we're moving
Look,
forward.
look,
So
I don't care if it's Papi Chulo special, if it's Pingaling special, Papi Shampoo special. I honestly don't care what special it is. All I want is to win. I don't care who gives me that special. I don't care. I don't care the way, the form, how they do it. If it's one goal, if it's a goal at the death, the only thing Orlando should care about is winning this game. The way they do it, I honestly could care less about that. All I care is about beating Peru right now because they're copying Peruvian jersey too. They're covering they're trying to get into Pedro's mind right now. They're trying to get into his mind and Wilder's mind playing with this jersey against Orlando City. I'm just saying, guys. No, I'm just kidding. No, I want to say hello. Paola, give me that picture. It was a great picture, Paola. So, what are
I
your
was
thoughts
confused. I
on
was confused.
Sacramento?
I was confused. I was like, is that Peru or what?
Right?
Like, come on. Like, all of the I don't know, all the signs, and you copy and paste Peru. No, 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 no. No, but like David and you said, like we have to copy and paste what we saw on the night of New York Red Bulls. And David said it. Whoever wins on the New York Red Bulls game is the trophy lifter, and it was us. It was 5-1. People were like, "Oh my god, they score first. I don't know what's gonna happen." And then 5 scores later, we won the scores, golazos. We won the game. So we need that mentality. And I know that Sacramento is gonna come in and they're gonna try to hurt us and try to foul us as much as they can because they want to take advantage of us. So like the Sounders came on Wednesday. They were following Facundo all the way. He was their punching bag
Right.
on that half time. So same mentality. I'm not gonna give a lot of details on Sacramento because who is that team? I'm just kidding.
No, that's right. That's right. And I want to add, so for what I've analyzed about Sacramento, which there's little to know because honestly, I'm not a avid. I don't follow USL. I think the last time I followed USL was when Orlando City played in USL. I'll be honest with you, but they are one of the top defensive units in the league in the USL, and that's something to definitely take into consideration because if you guys are talking about puppy specials and Orlando parking the bus, they are capable of doing this as the same ability as Orlando City. They are one of the top, best defensive minded teams in the USL. They concede only one goal a game. One goal a game. So if they seem to score against us in minute 52, you can bet your butt that they're going to park the bus. And Orlando, when faced into a team that's going to park the bus just as good as they do, they fears to start popping up in their heads. And that's when the game started becoming choppy. That's when unnecessary fouling starts, excessive yellow cards, frustration ensues, and then it's a wrap.
And Luis, if I can interrupt you there, my friend, I actually watched the highlights of their game against Sporting Kansas City. Once they knew that they were not gonna break them and that this was gonna go to extra time / penalties, they went to a line of 5. So these guys can definitely park the bus beautifully. Again, we have to remember they're the underdog. They have nothing to lose. If they lose the final, they're gonna be lifted up as heroes. The underdog. They did it for the little guy, for the Rocky, right? They lost the game, but they won in life. That's Rocky won. That's the message that we want to be given, or that the writers of the movie want to give us. But the again, if the players are in a state of concentration like you won't believe, people that have gone to the training grounds are saying that these guys are laser focused. Nobody went out over the weekend. Everybody just training because the occasion is huge. And I'm gonna tell you this: if I gotta tell you, there's 3 people that want to lift that trophy for I told you so, for an I told you so moment, and it's our Uruguayan connection, the tripod, the charrua tripod, and that is Pereira and Torres and Araujo.
Araujo.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, guys. Because these guys have been criticized for being in MLS, right? And especially Torres has caught a ton
Oh
of
yeah,
crap for
ton of
coming
heat.
here.
Sure.
Imagine Thursday morning when the morning news shows start in Uruguay, they're an hour ahead of us, showing these three talented Uruguayan players lifting that cup. I'm telling you right now, and again, Jorge, my apologies because I'm dishing out something that we talked in behind
No,
closed
no
doors.
lo digas.
No, no, no lo voy a decir. Lo voy a decir porque es importante.
That's okay.
Es importante. So it's basically that Facundo really wants this. He just wants it. He said that his son can't even sleep at night thinking about lifting that trophy. And this is not the crap that you feed reporters after getting to know all the players and family members and all that. I'm telling you, these guys really want this trophy because they want to prove the people that talk crap about them wrong. We came here, we lifted a team that had not lifted a trophy. We came and we lifted a trophy. They already won. They're gonna be pulling out receipts. If you guys follow these guys on social media, they're gonna be pulling out receipts like it was tax season. I'm just letting you know because a lot of people said that Facundo Torres was ending his career before he started. And look at that, 7 months already lifting a championship.
Yeah.
So again, I just like I said, our boys are coming to play ball. I think it's gonna be a game. Uh, it's gonna be a game, my friends.
Now,
But we're gonna be thinking about this years in the future.
now before I give the mic to Paola, which I have to say another thing to take into consideration about this team is their chance creating. They're not the best team to create chances, which is something just like Orlando, we're struggle with when it comes to the scoring the chances. So they are, according to what I have here, they are the 21st in the ranking of chances created, 21st in the league in USL. Above them, it's the Lowdown United FC, Detroit FC, Phoenix Rising, New Mexico United. With if you guys are from New Mexico United, change your logo because it looks just like Nashville. I'm sorry. Atlanta United 2. I want to say hello to David Mejia. And FC Tulsa. FC Tulsa. The only thing coming out of Tulsa is Ben Hansen, the band, Umbop.
I lived
That's
in
it.
Tulsa. Do not recommend it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So only in the whole season right now, the whole USL season so far, 32 chances created in attack. And that's why their best player, it's our remember that Honduran the play with Orlando City in the beginning. What's his name?
Garcia
No,
or
no, no.
the kid that is in Portugal.
It's not Rivas. It's all right. If you guys can, that's why they got their Honduran guy. All I'm saying is their Honduran guy only has literally
Brian Roches.
Brian Roches. Yeah, their Brian Roches is Douglas Martinez. He has 5 goals, 3 assists. We have Facundo with 9 goals in all competitions, I think, or 8 goals in all competitions. I think it's 9 goals in all competitions. We have also Erjan Kara. So we have better players, guys. So we're gonna read some comments here, and then because I've seen a lot of people commenting. Thank you so much, Thomas Dupree. Yeah, fuck Tulsa for birthing Hansen into the world. Yeah, you're right. Hunker down, Hansen. That's right. That's the only thing they did is bring Hansen, and they look like chicks. But well, that's another story. Kamani Miller. It's amazing to know that the players want it as much as we do. We will scream and shout them onto victory. I want to say hello to Kamani Miller. Thank you so much for that. Joshua Tall. Wow, that's awesome. Facundo really wants this. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely agree with Dave. A lot of South American media, and also they do it in Peru, they talk crap about the MLS. They think it's a dinosaur retirement league, that their players, but they don't understand the economics. The economic factor is huge, and the quality of life that the MLS gives the player, it's huge here. I mean, not to blow smoke into Orlando City Communications, but Communications itself, they behave with the players. I mean, they help them for everything. If they need a translator, if they need to learn English, if they screen their interviews and who they're going to talk to. So you don't see a lot of that with a lot of clubs in the MLS, and also in South America, and even worse. I mean, anybody could be accredited over there. So it's good. They have this level of care in this league that it speaks volumes. Thomas Dupree, score early and often. That's exactly right. I mean, you got to score in the first 15 minutes, because these people can definitely park the bus just like Orlando City does. Thomas Dupree, we need to stomp him on the throat for the first 15 minutes. That's right. I completely agree with him. The hunker down. Can we talk about how they have a bear on the logo, but they are the quails supposedly? Really? Like Quail Man, like from Doug? Quail Man? Wow, I didn't know that. Joshua Tall, oh my God, 1 goal a game. Yeah, 1 goal a game they concede. They are one of the best defenses in USL. That's what I'm saying. Thomas Dupree, imagine if their off-season transfer window with a CCL match, spend that money, bring the CCL home to Florida. That'd be fantastic. You imagine if Orlando City goes to the FIFA Club World Cup. Let me dream. Let me smoke that right now and dream. Orlando City versus Bayern Munich in the FIFA Club World Cup, or against Al Hilal from the Saudi Arabian league, or against Las Chivas Rayadas, no, from Mexico, right? If they make it, right? Imagine, guys. Joshua Toll, I agree with you. I love Dave's mentality about this game on Wednesday, says Joshua Tall, right? The hunker down, attack from beginning and keep it going. That's right. So Victor Rivera, he says, we can't take this team too lightly. When we play teams that we expect to beat you, you know what has occurred. That is 100% right. 100% right. Hunker down. We keep form of the last matches and score early. Have not seen anything from their matches where they can make a comeback. Plus, our quality should shine. There you go. That's completely right. Kamani Miller says, yes, their pace on counters will be a huge factor in this game. We have to be ready for that. That's completely true. Finish the match early so we can celebrate the second half, says the hunker down. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of nightlife happening in Orlando. I'm sure that day, on Pine Street, and back in the day when I used to go, it used to be the Roxy. That probably is gone. I probably all ran down hip hop night at the Roxy back in the day. Now they have
That's the place by the old base that had the
yeah.
fights. Yeah.
Yeah, and now there's Mangoes on I Drive, right? Mangoes on I Drive. I think there's a new club there, so I don't know.
Bro,
It says,
bro, I haven't been out in like 20
yeah.
years.
I mean, last time I went there is like 3-4 years ago. I would love if Orlando City scored 3 goals in the first half, says Joshua Tall. There you go. Thank you so much for all the hunker down. Sacramento Republic's nicknamed the Quails, founded in 2012. Stadium Heart Health Park, capacity 11,000. Felix Quijano, party at Chillers after the game, $1 drinks. Let's win it for Omar Bamba. There you go, Omar Bamba. That's, oh my God. I mean, I wonder what he will be doing. Forever a Lion. Hashtag Forever a Lion. Guys, so those are our expectations against Sacramento Republic, right? We gotta win it. We gotta win it. It is, I think, something we definitely need to. We can't fail on this. There's no room for failure here. I think it's a make or break. I mean, we could be either the best, like when we really want to say Florida is purple, this is the time of definitely accentuate the Florida is purple, because we're going to be having a championship that's going to differentiate us from any of the other Florida teams. Now, I want to add something else. I already started seeing on ESPN articles on the Athletic and things like that talking about Sacramento Republic. People are actually rooting for Sacramento Republic. They think that Sacramento reaching MLS or beating the Orlando City, it's better for ratings than Orlando City winning it. So we already have the battle against corporate media against us. I'm just want to say this because it's completely true, and you're going to start seeing tweets from respectable newscasters from all over the world talking about Sacramento and how the underdog story and things like that. You're going to start seeing this. Just make sure that you realize that they will never like Orlando. I mean, at this point, and we need to just shove it in their face by winning things. And eventually they're going to take Orlando serious, completely serious. No room for joking here. So I want to show these pictures that I saw in on the Orlando City Twitter. I want to say thank you so much for that. I mean, look how beautiful Orange Ave right here, like with a cup right there, and the magic of the cup. Think great. Look at the banner right there, huh? So I don't know, Dave. I mean, the team seems united. They seem ready. Today they trained and they took this picture, which I also took from their social media. It's Benji, Facundo, and Pedro Galese. They won they play football tennis, and they won. Three-time football tennis champs. So there's a really good camaraderie happening with the team. So they're very happy to get this opportunity to play a final, and they don't want to disappoint the fans. So, any last comments you want to say so we can go to the last part of the show?
Oh, no, nothing to add. I don't know if Paola has anything to say.
No, I just wanna. What that was the Batman signal. I'm just kidding. It's just the U.S. Open Cup trophy. I want that for my house. I don't know why, but I will buy it. I'm that type of fan to put it in the garage and see how many people stop at my home. But just a reminder, people and fans, if you're to on not tomorrow, unfortunately, on Wednesday, and you see us, just stop us. Stop Dave or stop me. Take a picture. I'm gonna be in the new tailgating parking. Gonna be there. I'm gonna be hydrating myself with water, not beer, water, because I work the next day. So let's see what the team comes in. And Luis, you want to speak about this important news that we need to share with our guest?
Yeah, to quote Logan Miller, I don't have the pleasure of meeting him. I have not met the gentleman. I know he loves metal, right? I'm quite a fan as well. I'm just and he writes on here in my most serious voice, do not storm the field. The club has already made it very clear to supporters that any field invasion will lead to the trophy celebration being in the locker room, and the stadium will be evacuated. Do not encourage this behavior. And then the Lions blog, which I want to say hello to Lions blog, says, how much is the fine for storming the field if we win at Jared Dillon, which I want to say hello to Jared Dillon as well. I just want to say something. I completely agree with Logan. Guys, I understand it's the first major cup. It's the first thing Orlando could win in any sport, for sure. Huge. I know people want to be, like it reminds me of Stan Marsh when Obama won the election. I don't know if you remember that episode, and he goes, "Yeah, Obama, yeah, change, man." Right? Like that episode. I know people are going to want to be like that, and they undeservedly deserve to be that way if they want to be that way. But unfortunately, um, what Logan says is correct. they're gonna take the party away from the fans, which I think the fans have waited so long for the parties to be right there at the stadium, and the stadium will definitely be evacuated. So, just as Logan says, I encourage, and personally, I don't know if Dave wants to add on it, but I encourage for people to definitely, take it easy, enjoy the moment, take as many pictures possible, take video, make it memorable for your family, because I know families are going to be going with their kids. These are kids that are going to eventually grow up and be season ticket holders themselves, and have that love for Orlando City, for the city of Orlando. Just I encourage this, what Logan says. So I know I never met him, but great tweet, and definitely I want to give the mic to Dave regarding that.
No, absolutely. I had the pleasure to meeting Logan at the airport with the Facundo Torres welcome party. I second what my friend and co-host Luis has said and what Logan is saying. Listen, I know it's tradition in the UK to pitch invade. It's cultural, is expected, and us that follow teams there, in other countries where this is accepted behavior, we want to do the same thing. Quite honestly, at this point, I will jump naked if we win. This is friends. I've been a season ticket holder in our darkest of
Yeah.
seasons, and for my kids and I, this is a moment, just like Luis said, that I want to look back at the pictures, at the video, and 10 years from now, say, "Oh my God, what a great night that was!" And as in like I said, in the future, we're gonna see a Facundo Torres, a young Facundo Torres, that hopefully will have moved on at that point and is doing great things somewhere else, and other players, and we want to have a beautiful memory of this. But all it takes, friends, all it takes is one person out of 25.5 Wednesday night to ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you, you are responsible for your own party, to convey this message to them, and also to police people in your area. Please, please, please do not do this. And I'm saying this because there's people, and I've been in my DMs. People have already told me there's people in chat groups, in all sorts of other media outside of the public eye that want to do this. And I say
No, man,
to
don't do
them,
it.
I say to them, not only are you gonna ruin it for the rest of us. Right now, there's people like our friends Taylor Williams, our friend Jake, that Taylor, who flew from Manchester this morning. Um, we also have Jake, who traveled from Newcastle to Manchester to be here tonight. Uh, our good friend.
Orlando City, UK, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. These are all you Orlando City UK members that I know of that are here. Our good friend Kevin and his wife, who are here. That came from Stevenage. I mean, there's a ton of people. There's a lot of people that watch this show that are flying from different parts of the United States. There's people driving from other parts of the state. What I'm trying to get to is there's a lot of people that are putting their life on hold to be there and be part of our club's history. And perhaps you don't care, you are an antisocial person that listen to too much Rage Against the Machine, if you, I won't do what you tell me type of thing. That's not the mentality. Because I want to remind everybody, the two preteens that pitch invaded to Hokaka in 2017, they're not going to be there Wednesday night, because this year is the last year of their 5-year ban. Think about that. The club
Wow.
went and used the video and the pictures, and made a big to do, and still banned them. To me,
Wow.
if you ban me from the stadium, might as well put a bullet in my head. Might as well. This is the place on earth where I'm the happiest, and I'm not gonna
Definitely.
compromise that. But to ruin the night, a celebration like this, it's is on, I, there, If you think this is okay, please send me your skull measurements so we can study you because you're the missing link. You are the missing link between prehistoric man and modern man because this has no room. I don't care. I'm telling you right now. And last, if you do that, if you jump on the pitch, people are gonna record you. People are gonna take pictures of you, and you're gonna have to go on the witness protection program because you will never again be welcomed by this fan base at any event if you
Yeah,
force 25 pissed off people into the streets because you wanted to be cute.
right. What are your thoughts there, Paula?
People better behave because I want to see that cup be lifted, not in the
Right.
locker room. I want to see it in front of me. So, people behave. I know that everybody wants to be happy and all that stuff, but
And
we're here. So,
I would encourage the club. I mean, if Orlando wins, they need to have at least a fan day, where fans are able to, at least, have security around the cup on a really nice crystal, or glass protection case. And so fans are able to take the pictures with the cup. It is a very important thing for the city of Orlando. I would love to see a little bit of initiative from the club of doing that because I think everyone that lives in Orlando will love to have a picture or their family a picture with that beautiful trophy. I know that maybe a lot of other markets are saying, "Oh, well, it's just a trophy. It's just the U.S. Open Cup, man." I'm like, no, no, no. For Orlando, Orlando has won two Eastern Conference Finals, botch, rebuild after that, rebuild after rebuild. Then USL championships, yes, which we take and we love, but it's not a major trophy. And this is a major trophy. Now, to kind of go over and talk about here, I have the table for the MLS because Orlando plays against Philly. And it is important to keep winning because honestly for the momentum for to cruise control on the playoffs, honestly I think it's something Orlando and the city of Orlando deserves. So Orlando will be a championship team hopefully by then. And you see the table. So New York City is going to play against Cincinnati, which Cincinnati it's been on a roll right now. So in my opinion, I think New York City should beat Cincinnati because I will hate for Cincinnati to be breathing behind our necks, personally. So New York City take care of Cincinnati, and then we hope and expect for New York Red Bulls to lose, and then if we win, then we're comfortably battling for third or fourth position, right there. And I think that'll be good for us. I don't know what are your thoughts there, Dave, regarding what I just said.
I'll make it quick. New York City is on a nosedive at the moment. They have basically lost all their games before us and after us. Um, I'm afraid to say that New York City probably is one of those teams that may not end up in the playoffs at the end of the month. Too bad, so sad. The paper tires, the COVID champions. I have no love lost for them. I think Cincinnati has a good chance of knocking them off and taking the 3 points this weekend. I don't want to because, like you said, it's going to be difficult. We're going to be traveling to Philadelphia. It's going to be a tough match. I think we're going to leave everything that we have on Wednesday, which is perfectly fine. But after the game against Seattle, I feel that if we go with that momentum, with that seasoning of Wednesday night, we can snatch some points out of Philadelphia to remain in playoff contention.
Oh, for sure. Paula, any last things you would like to say before we close out?
no, follow us in my Spanish podcast, Tiro de Esquina podcast. We're gonna record tomorrow with our special guest that is Luis Pineda. Yes, you get selected to be on the show. So we're gonna record that and on Wednesday. Be there, behave. Please behave. We already said it. I'm saying it again. Behave. I'm gonna be um, with some of people in the tailgate park in the new tailgate parking lot. I'm gonna be recording with my GoPro, so I'm gonna see what I can record. Hopefully, that trophy lifting on the in the middle field. So, but nothing. See us tomorrow. Follow me on social media as well. Lola underscore Powell 13. And see you next week with a trophy, hopefully.
Hopefully, if and I also tell Orlando City merch, if you sell the U.S. Open Cup trophy as a replica, you guys will make tons of money.
It will be
I
like
will be the
here.
first one.
Like
I'll be
here.
the first one right here, right behind my. It will be right there. I'm just saying. The hunker down. It says, "Don't forget tailgate with Middleman in the new parking by the stadium, starting
I will
around
be there with them. I will
3:50."
be there with them.
3:50 to 4. Come by and say hello. How you doing? To all the middlemen. Thank you, hunker down. Appreciate it. Victor Rivera. Omar tried to join the new Orlando City discussion group on Facebook and got removed. RIP Omar. Yeah. Tomas Dupree. Win, 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 win. That's right. The hunker down. Don't forget, Coach Puppy has won cups before as well. There you go. Victor Rivera. Logan is one of the OG face of City, just like Paola. Paola's face of City too. There you go. Citrus FC. Logan probably one of the most level-headed people in the ILF in modern times. There you go. Say hello to Logan. Maybe we should have him at the show sometime. Thomas Dupree. Well, we're gonna have to hold David to that. This is Felix Quijano. Get there early. Thank you, Felix. Citrus FC. Let's hope it all works out and everyone behaves. I've also been around since 2011. Chavo del Ocho. It says, el juego versus New York City me banearon como a cinco personas por aventar el balón. It says, the game against NYC, they banned 5 people for throwing the just
Throwing the ball out of
throwing the
order
ball.
just to disrupt. 6 months. I read on his
That's right.
second comment.
It says Kamani Miller, thank you so much. Open top bus tour. There you go. For sure. I mean, honestly, it's huge. A lot of people don't understand the magnitude of this. It's huge. And it's a turning point for the franchise for sure.
Yes, the trophy actually went on tour through morning shows and afternoon newscast. Our good friend Sergio Ruiz Torres had the opportunity to see it, and also our good friend Mike Gramajo. Also, I would like to make this following announcements. On the radio, the game is going to be available in Spanish and in English by the usual folks, Evan and Miguel in English, and Israel and Sergio in Spanish. So that's an option for you guys. The official announcers are going to include the legendary Orlando City player, number 77, Jamie Watson. So to covering all bases. Also, we would like to congratulate our good friend who watches us from time to time. I am told, Kyle Smith, for his 100th appearance.
Wow.
He was recognized this past Wednesday. So, Kyle, all my respect, all my admiration. You're an example to follow, my friend. You you never took no for an answer. You follow your dreams, and today you can call yourself an Orlando City Lion. Also, Javier Otero from OCB has reached 100 saves in MLS Next Pro. So congratulations to the Venezuelan having a monster
Venezuela,
season.
arepa.
Yeah, that's Arepa power right there. And obviously, this kid is destined for the first team. So we just want to recognize that. I know his family watches us.
Oh
So
yeah,
there you
no. I
go.
mean,
See,
we're definitely.
this is
I
what it
think.
is, friends. This is what it is. And lastly, our friends from Orlando City Fan TV are extending the invitation for anybody that wants to come and talk to them after the game. If we lose, which is not going to happen, but I have to say, if we lose, immediately after the 90th minute, they will be out there collecting impressions. If we win, which obviously is going to happen, They will be out there after the trophy celebration, and I want to invite everybody. Obviously, this is going to be a historical document. We're going to be able to go back 10, 15, 20 years into the future and see how we felt that night. So if you never made your way to just outside of Gate C on the central side of the north side of the stadium, please, please, please go and talk to the guys. They will definitely appreciate that. They want to get as many fans as possible. And lastly, I would like to say from Luis, myself, and Paola, we appreciate everything that you guys do. As fans, I take it too hard when you guys congratulate us on the show, and we don't take it for granted. Thank you very much for every Monday or whenever you have the opportunity to listen to us or watch us. You take that moment. I just want to remind everybody that this Wednesday, just bring your energy. Just bring your energy because this this right here, I don't know. This lifts the dead. Let's go. Let's get pumped up. Don't leave me alone. Let's do this.
There you go, guys. I wanna definitely read the last few comments here. Mark Rodriguez says, "We all love the Viking, but adding him in for the Open Cup is the soccer version of the Magic adding Jameer Nelson in the NBA Finals." I could not agree with this. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Oh man, that's phenomenal. I agree. I think Schlegel and Antonio Carlos have been doing a superb job. I think we should keep it going, and the Viking could come over and just give us a final push to the playoffs. That's just my opinion. Christopher Granados says, without being biased, do you think that Sacramento has what it takes to beat Orlando? Okay, you're asking. I'm gonna give my opinion. First and foremost, yes, I think they do. Why? Because they can play defensively just like Orlando, and Orlando needs to score the first 50 minutes of the game. When you condition the game, and you make sure that you score when you have to score, more goals keep coming. I think if Orlando fails to score in the first half, it's going to have a tough time trying to get into Sacramento's head because they have a good defense for USL, one of the best. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And obviously, as an Orlando native and podcaster or whatever journalist, I personally want Orlando to win, certainly. But Sacramento has defeated LA Galaxy, 5-time MLS Cup champion. Obviously, the Galaxy also play with some subs, but it's the LA Galaxy regardless, right? Why? Hunkering down, playing defensively, defensive-minded soccer. They're definitely not going to play pretty, and Orlando needs to take advantage of the level of players that they have. That's just my opinion. But like Dave said, football is cruel and unpredictable, right? Unfortunately, if Orlando doesn't do their job, Sacramento can definitely capitalize and hopefully
And
win.
also, it's a pound of talent and an ounce of luck.
That's right.
That's how it is,
It
friends.
is true. I wanna believe and I want to think that they are not they're taking penalties serious and they're practicing their penalties because they could get to penalties fairly easy as well. Now, I want to I want to say when it comes to the game itself, Loud and Proud is accredited to be at the final. I want to thank Orlando City Communications. We're definitely going to be there. There's going to be some pictures, some video. I'll be there all day, essentially, for media. And but obviously, I'm not able to go into the trainings because of work constraints, work schedules as well, of other commitments. But we'll
Dressing room, are you gonna be there?
Well,
At the dressing room, are you gonna be there?
Yeah, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be
Okay, so
there.
there you go, guys. We may have some
Yeah,
internal
yeah,
video.
for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be there. We'll be there. I just wanted to go ahead and say it because it is important for us now. Next year, and for the rest of the season, again, you can join us here at Loud and Proud Orlando because we're going to be needing somebody that wants to cover the practices, right? If you want to cover the practices and get the inside scoop, one on one with the players, making sure the players know who you are, what outlet you represent. Join us here at Loud and Proud Orlando. You get to cover Orlando City, or OCB, Orlando Pride. Writers, journalists, City Pride fans, send us a DM if you're responsible. You want to make sure that you're part of this group of people that we have. And also, I want to say hello to Gabriel and George as well that take pictures from 1A1 Creative. Fantastic. Come join us, send us a DM if you're interested. And we would love to have you, especially coming up next season, because the season's almost over, in my opinion. We're already halfway there.
Six games, three at home, three on the road. So yeah, I mean, this is the final round. We're gonna be going to Philadelphia this Saturday. So friends, this is it. This is it. I mean, this is obviously this is not the cherry on top. I will say this is just like the appetizer for what lays ahead. If Orlando City finishes the season like we did Wednesday, we win this championship on Wednesday, like we did last Wednesday. Friends, we may be looking into making a cup run, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we want to definitely be the best version of ourselves as a club, as fans, as journalists that cover this wonderful club and this wonderful city. And we wish nothing but the best of this team. I love Orlando. It's the city beautiful to me. I have a very special place in my heart. My whole family lives there. I met my wife there. I went to school there, UCF, right there. So, you know, eh, this cup needs to be ours. I think this cup needs to be for the city of Orlando, more importantly for Orlando City. And so, anything else you guys want to add? We're closing down, closing shop.
Vamos Orlando, probably.
Yeah, vamos Orlando to
Vamos
do
Orlando.
Orlando in CCL next season. Thomas Dupree, give me those sweet CCL games. Fact, it does. Yeah, looking forward to CCL. Thank you guys. Vamos Orlando. Have a good
Vamos
one.
Orlando.
We'll go with that. There you go.